So another useful feature inside Maya is called layer. Now, if you've been working with Photoshop layer, the layering in Maya, it's pretty much the same like in Photoshop. Okay. Now, you can find layer in this section here under the channel box, right? If you don't have it, you can just keep pressing Ctrl A until this little window is open. Okay, so I'm gonna create like few objects. So maybe one sphere, one box, and then one cylinder. Okay, so let's say I'm going to put these two objects inside the layer. Okay, now all you have to do is just click this button here. So what this button does, it will create a new layer and assign that object in that layer. Okay, so let's click this. Okay, now you have these two objects assigned to layer 1. Okay, so this V attribute here indicate that it's visible, so I can hide it. Alright, I can hide this one, and I usually leave the P on. Alright, and if I double click this, alright, I can actually toggle between the absent into the T mean template, so it will only show the wireframe, and reference mean it's locked. Okay, so you cannot do anything to this object. I can also double click this layer, right? So it will let me open up this option, and I can rename this to, I don't know, some layer. I usually put underscore LYR to indicate that there is a layer object. Okay, and I can also change the color of this layer, right? Press save. Okay, right now it will give me a blue layer, because again, when you're working with more complex scenery, right, you are gonna be dealing with lots of layer, and having like a different color to differentiate each layer, it might help you do your work. Okay, so maybe I'm just gonna click this blue or yellow, right, and like this. Okay, now what if you want to remove a certain object from a layer? Okay, so if we delete, okay, so let's unlock it, select this one, and right click, and then remove this object from a layer, right, and let go. And when I hide it, right, it's only affecting this sphere because this cylinder has been removed from an object and from the layer. Okay, so again, if I want to add this cube to this layer, I can select the cube, and I can right click, and I can add selected object to this layer. Okay, and now this layer will contain two of these objects. Okay, now if you delete the layer, right, for example, I'm going to delete this one. Okay, it will not delete the object inside. Okay, so whatever you did, it will only delete that layer, so the object will still be intact. Okay, and moving on, these two button is just for you to move the layer up and down. Okay, and I can also create an empty layer, so I can create like this, so it's all empty, and I can like move it up or downward. Okay, so that's pretty simple, and that's what layer is all about.